meet you today. So I hope that you are ready to start the preparation. And today we are going to talk with you about jobs, and we are continuing the topic of prepositions. So today we are going to talk about prepositions of time. So now, while we are waiting for everybody to join, I want to ask you a question about what jobs you know. Just write in the chat what you remember, any jobs that you know, for us to just check your knowledge. All right. So, what jobs I have chosen? These are teacher, vet, engineer, waiter, mechanic, nurse, and accountant. I hope you remember some of them. I can see that Valera wrote flight attendant. Okay, that is great. So I hope you remember these words. And today we are going to talk more about vocabulary that is related to the topic of jobs. So right now, I want you to think of the words that you can see on the screen and write them next to the definitions. So we will have with you 7 words and 7 definitions. Now our task is to match them. So let's start with the first one. And there we have to ask for a job by sending your CV. What word can it be? Okay, good. Yana says it's apply, and that is true. Apply, and I also gave you the preposition apply for. So when we talk about job, when we talk about anything, we need to use for after apply. Okay, number 2. To give someone a job. What word is it? Okay, good. It's hire. Nice. To tell someone they can no longer work for a company. What is the option here? Okay, that is fire. Good. To leave a job voluntarily. Okay, good. It's quit. Next, to receive money for work. Okay, that is earn. Good job. And to work more hours than usual. Okay, to work overtime. That is correct. And the last, to give someone a higher position at work. All right. I can see that you're very active today. That is great. Okay, promote. Absolutely right. So, now I want us to talk more about these words. For example, when we just talk about our work, what types of work do you remember? We have two of them. For in Ukraine, we have one kind of job when we work 8 hours a day, and one kind of job when we work for 6 hours a day. Yes, Ira, good job. So we have full-time job. It is when we work from morning till evening. And part-time job. For example, when we are students, we usually use part-time job as we have studying and we need to combine it with job. Okay, but also I want to ask you about such question about earning money. What do we call an amount of money that we get from our company? So that is called salary. But also you can hear such word as wage. And what does it mean? So salary, it is a fixed amount of money per year or per month. For example, if I have a job and I receive, I don't know, for example, $1,000 each month. So I have a fixed amount that doesn't change. But if we are talking about wage, these are money that are paid per hour or task. For example, I have completed some task. I have completed, I don't know, I have prepared some presentation, for example, and I received this amount of money. This is wage. And also one pair of confusing words are employer and employee. So for you to understand the difference, you just need to remember that ER stands for person who gives a job, and employee, when we have a double E in the end, this is a person who works for the employer. The same we have as trainer and trainee. So there we have got with you ER for a person who kind of like gives us the opportunity to do something. Employee or trainee, these are people who receive this kind of like service. So you can just remember this rule for that. And right now I want us to talk more about jobs and practice our reading. So there you will have a reading task. We will have 5 advertisements. Your task will be to read and choose the correct text for each statement. So we have 8 statements, and your task is to choose text A, B, C, D, or E. But please pay attention to the letters, because as you can see, the texts are mixed. So they are not in the correct order. So please pay attention to that. Now, I will give you like 2 minutes to read them, and then we will check with you. If you need, I will also read the texts. So let's start with the first one, and that will be support worker. Do you have the ability to care for others? Can you understand how older people feel? Are you a good communicator? Do you have good listening skills? Can you work weekends? If you have answered yes to the above, we would like to hear from you. Starting rate of 8.56 per hour, free uniform, excellent training. So that was about support worker. B, trainee hairdresser. So as you can see, yeah, here we have trainee, not trainer. Full-time, 40 hours per week. permanent. You will work 40 hours a week, Monday to Saturday. Your responsibilities will include welcoming clients, washing hair, bringing coffee and tea to customers, and keeping the salon clean and tidy at all times. No previous experience is necessary. Please apply now. C. Writers wanted. WowWee magazine is looking for writers for its website. Pay is based on the number of people who read your articles. You may also receive free tickets to events and free products to test. This is a great opportunity to get valuable work experience. We want people who are chatty, passionate, interesting, skilled. Okay, we have D article. Calling all models. Think you could be a model? If so, we'd like to meet you. Working as a successful fashion model isn't easy, but it is very exciting and could be a great opportunity. Girls should be over 16 with a minimum height of 172 centimeters, and boys should have a minimum height of 182 centimeters. If you're under 16 and do not have the required height, we would still be interested in meeting you, but you must bring a parent. And A. Work for Coffee Beans. Join Britain's #1 cafe at Coffee Beans, where every cafe has the same aims: to create family-like teams and to give excellent customer service. Many different kinds of people come and work with us, so start your career at Coffee Beans today. Choose the hours you work, get management experience, share your love of coffee. Join us as a team member, assistant manager, or cafe manager, depending on your skills and experience. So now we have read with you all this text, and let's choose the correct text for the first statement. You never have to wear your own clothes for a job. I can see the first answer, and let's check. This is A, because here we are talking about uniform, and there we have free uniform. You could think about modeling, because some models usually wear the clothes of some brands, of some designers, but here in this text it isn't mentioned. That's why we need to choose A text. Let's move on to the next. Job offers possibilities for children under 16 years old. All right. Okay, 2D, and that is correct. So there we can have this possibility if we are 16 years old. So this is correct. Number 3, your pay for job depends on how successful you are at the job. What about number 3? Three is C. Okay, that is true, because there we can see pay is based on the number of people who read your articles. Good job. Number 4, job requires physical contact with customers. You all think that it's B. Yes, that's true, because there we are washing the hair of our customers. Good job. Number 5. Job offers management opportunities. Yeah, here we just have this like in the text. We can get management experience. Okay, you might get some freebies if you do job. What about number 6? Yana thinks it's C. Okay, yes, that is C, as freebies are things that you can get for free for your job. So there we have 3 tickets and 3 products to test. Yeah, that is correct. Number 7, you need to work closely with your team for a job. You think it's E, and that is correct. There we have create family-like teams. So there we can understand that in this job you need to work closely with your team. And the last job is for someone who likes working with older people. It is about support worker. There we have the just small question: can you understand how older people feel? So that is correct. Thank you very much for answering correctly. And as you can see, when we have just these small texts, your task is to pay attention to the details. And you may also, if you have like a paper version of the text, underline some key points to check the correct answers. Okay, then now we are moving on, and I want us to talk about jobs market. So right now I want us to read a text, and that will be kind of like a use of English task. We remember that in use of English we have 2 kind of like focuses: grammar and vocabulary. Here we are focusing more on grammar tasks. So there you won't have the synonyms, the similar words. You will have the words that are related to grammar. Different forms of verbs, different adjectives, different prepositions, and etc. So let's start with the first one. And here we have practical skills and academic qualifications. Is both important? Both are important, or are both important when it comes to getting a job? You think it's are both, and that is correct. Pay attention that both we need to use after are. Okay, what about number 2? There are manual jobs such cleaning or laboring where qualifications are less necessary. Good, it is as, because there, if you don't have such, you would say there are manual jobs like cleaning or laboring. But here we have such as. So such as means like такі як. All right, good. Number 3. Therefore, employers are more likely to use people good knowledge of the job, which, with, or have. Number 3, you think it is with. Okay, good. With good knowledge. Absolutely right. But people need to have a basic education, or the basic education. Yes, that is true. A basic education. All right, thank you. Let's move on to number 5. However, a student with highest level of qualifications and few practical skills still has much to learn. That is the, because there we are using the superlative form of adjective. Найвищий ступінь порівняння. Okay. Let's move on to number 6. Students need understanding to understand or understand that getting a job with a degree in management, for example, doesn't automatically qualify. Number 6, I can see A, I can see B, and that is B. So here, I want us to refresh our knowledge with about the difference between understanding and to understand. So here, when we use with you gerund, it means that this person, these people need kind of like розуміння чогось. For example, when I have an example, this garden needs, for example, decorating. Цей сад потребує декору. But if I say I need to decor my house, це значить, що я маю це зробити. Тобто, коли ми вживаємо герундій, ми якби робимо дію над цим предметом, який у нас був в підметі, а якщо ми ставимо інфінітив, цей підмет робить цю ж дію. Він потребує розуміти. Students need to understand. Okay, good. Need to do something. Yes. Okay. Number 7. As I can see, you already answered. And this is C. So they need to qualify them for a managerial role. That is correct. And the last. Clearly, education is vital as knowledge forms an important basis for practical skills when to getting a good job. When it comes to. Okay, that is correct. So now you already practiced use of English task, and as you can see, I used a lot words work and job. Now let's discuss with you what is the difference between work, job, and career. When we are talking about work, we use it for more general comments about the activities you do. For example, I work today. I don't have a work. I don't have work. For example, I love my work, etc. But when we talk about job, we use it for particular role or position. For example, I have a job as a flight attendant, or I need to find a new job. And career, it is the progress that we have taken throughout our working years. So Work, it is general, job is something specific, and career, it is our like path on working kind of like ladder, yeah? So now, I want us to check what do we need to put in these gaps. As I can see, some of you all have already answered, but let's discuss it together. So, can be tiring, but it is important to stay motivated. Do we use work, job, or career? Yeah, work. So we are talking about something general, no specifications here. Робота, yes, може бути втомливою, but it's important to stay motivated. Okay, number 2. She just got a new as a marketing assistant. Okay, that is job, because there we already talk about some role or position, the position of marketing assistant. And the last, he has built a successful in finance over the past 20 years. So I think it is clear that it is career. But when you are at the test, of course, you may not kind of like guess what we are talking about, especially when we are talking about job and work. And there you have got a tip. Work is uncountable. Ми не можемо порахувати роботу, якщо ми говоримо про слово work. I enjoy doing my work. I have a lot of work today. Ми не можемо її порахувати, ми вживаємо його з any, a lot of, much. But when we talk about job, it is a countable noun. I have 3 jobs. I like, for example, I need to find a new job. I want to quit my job, and etc. So there we are talking about countable noun. Тобто запам'ятайте, work – це у нас не злічуване, job – злічуване. So, now we are moving on to the next topic, kind of like subtopic, and this is work collocations. These are phrases that are used in their kind of like combination. And now we will discuss 4 of them. We had with you the topic of prepositions of place. And now I will kind of like repeat it a little bit and add some more information. Now we are going to start with work in. When we talk about work in, as we have I work in finance, it means that I work in a physical place or field. Я працюю в фінансах. Ми говоримо про якусь специфічну діяльність, про якусь сферу. Якщо ми говоримо про сферу, ми вживаємо in. Або, якщо ми говоримо про якесь фізичне місце, наприклад, я працюю в офісі. Тобто я не знаю, що це за компанія, я не знаю, я не хочу уточнювати, що це за компанія, я просто хочу сказати, що я працюю в офісі, не, наприклад, не вдома. So I work in office. Now, when we are talking about work at, there we already specify a place where we work. As we have in the example, my sister works at the central hospital. Ми вживаємо at, коли ми вже уточнюємо, в якій точно лікарні, офісі, компанії ми працюємо. Наприклад, she works at the central post office, or she works at the Nova Poshta office. and etc. So there you already talk about the place where you exactly work. Number 3 is work as. And work as, I think it is the easiest, because there we are just talking about job. I work as a teacher. My husband works as an engineer. My mother works as, I don't know, a babysitter. So here we need to use as when we talk about job. And the last, it is work for. And here we already talk about company. So when we say she works for Google, she works for Apple, she works for example, iLearn or Green Country, there we are talking about company. Тож, давайте підсумуємо. Work in. Ми говоримо про фізичне місце або сферу. Work at. Ми уточнюємо, в якому саме місці ми працюємо. Щоб зрозуміти, яке з назвою, можливо, це буде вже говоритися. Але ми маємо вже більш точніше говорити. Work as ми вживаємо, коли ми хочемо проговорити про нашу саме професію. І work for про компанію. So, now we are going to move on. But let's quickly check your knowledge. I have a sentence for you. I work in educational field. Could we say at or for or as in this case? Yeah, that is correct. In. Okay. Now, we are going to move on. And yeah, okay, good. So now, I want us to talk more about such topic as making and doing. Because sometimes at the test, we have to, like the phrase, but sometimes we don't understand whether we need to say make, for example, homework or do homework. Now let's take a look at the example. And here you have got, I prefer making long-term decisions or doing long-term decisions. And as I can see in the chart, okay. There we have with you make. I prefer making long-term decisions. And now let's take at the phrases that are used with make and that are used with do. So when we are talking about make, we can make money, we can make progress, we can make a mistake, make a decision, make a phone call, make a difference, make a change. But when we talk about do, there we have got with you research, homework, business, a job, a task, a study. So there you can see that here when we are talking about something that is kind of like abstract, we use make. Yeah, mistake, decision, progress. But when we are talking about something that we do with our kind of like brain, research, homework, for example, survey, this is do. These words are used with do. And I can see in the chat that you say that prefer we use with to. There I prefer to speak. I wouldn't say that we use prefer to. We can say prefer with ing. Okay. And as I can see, you also don't remember my name. That is very pleasant to hear. Okay. Then now we are going to practice with you. And now I want us to choose the correct option. Now we will have with you 10 sentences, and you need to choose the correct option. Let's start with the first one. And here we have, he has a good job and a lot of money. Makes or does? Okay, that is makes. Absolutely right. Number 2. Alice did or made very well in her math test. Guys, at NMT you need to have at least B1. Okay, did very well. Okay. Number 3. Do you want me to do you a coffee or to make you a coffee? All right, it is make. Number 4. Joe hasn't done or hasn't made his homework yet. Okay, hasn't done. Good. The children are doing or making a lot of noise right now. Making a lot of noise right now. Number 6. Have you made or have you done any plans for the weekend yet? Okay, pay attention that we use made plans to make some plans. Number 7. Kara makes or does the dishes every evening. Yeah, here we have does. So as I can see, some of you have mistakes. If you have some notebook where you write some rules, please write down do the dishes for you just to remember this phrase. Okay, if you want to get fit, you should do or make more exercise. Okay, here we have do more exercises. Number 9. Louis always does or makes dinner as soon as he gets home. Okay, good. It is makes. And the last. John went into the kitchen to make a phone call or to do a phone call. Okay, to make a phone call. Absolutely right. If you have some mistakes, now look through the sentences and write the phrases into some notebook, into maybe notes at the telephone, just to remember them and sometimes kind of like look at them and repeat. And as you remember, today our second topic is prepositions of time. And as you remember, here we have got with you three main prepositions. These are at, on, and in. When we talk about at, we need to use at when we talk about specific time, kind at 5 o'clock, at 6:15, at, I don't know, and for example, we have at 3 p.m. and etc. So there we are talking about time. Holidays at New Year, at Christmas, at Thanksgiving Day, etc. Night and noon. There we have got with you two examples. I get up at 8 a.m. They blow candles at their birthday. So remember, specific time, holidays, night, noon. When we talk about on, we use it after, before days and dates. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or 8th of February, 20th of March, and etc. There you can see the examples. I will visit you on Monday. His birthday is on the 23rd of March. And the biggest part is month, years, decade, century, and season. But pay attention that I used here the. What does it mean? When we talk with you about decades and centuries, like the 21st century, the 60s, we always use with you the. Перед декадами, перед цими 60-ті, 30-ті, 20-ті, we use the. Ми завжди вживаємо артикль the. Так само ми говоримо про сторіччя. 21, 19, etc. Не забувайте, коли ви будете писати тест, може бути таке завдання. Наприклад, буде in the 60s, in 60s, in 60s with apostrophe, наприклад, and etc. Ви маєте вписати in, the, рік і s в кінці без будь-якого апострофу. Okay? So, now give me a second, I will read the chat. In великі проміжки часу, on менші проміжки, at малі проміжки. Yeah, Alex, I really like your explanation as well. Можете і так запам'ятати, в цілому makes sense. In ми говоримо про великі проміжки, on про менші, і at вже більш специфічні якісь частини. Yana, why not on the birthday? Because there we are talking about holiday, and we use at the birthday. Okay, so now we are going to practice these words. I think that they are quite easy for you. For us just to sum them up. What about number 1? My interview is in Monday, on Monday, at Monday. Okay. On Monday, absolutely right. Number 2. She usually wakes up 7 a.m. Okay. At, because we are talking about time. We have a meeting the morning. In the morning, good. The company was founded 1998. Okay. He goes on vacation December. He goes in December. The deadline is Friday afternoon. Okay, on Friday afternoon. And number 7, I will see you the weekend. Okay, at the weekend. Good job. Number 8, they moved to a new office the 1st of April. On the 1st of April. The store closes midnight. At midnight, all right. And number 10, she was promoted in 2023. Okay, good job. And also you had a question about birthday. I just checked the information. And birthday, if we are talking about the day, we will use on my birthday when we talk about just the day, because it's our day. But when we are talking about party, as Julia said, if I'm not mistaken, or Jana said, if I'm not mistaken, we are using at the birthday party. So thank you that you corrected me. Now we will know like it more correctly. Okay. Then now we are going to move on, and we are going to correct the mistakes in the sentences. So the same, you have got 8 sentences, you have got incorrect prepositions, and let's work with you right now. So she was born at 1995. Okay, we have a lot of active people today. It is in. Good job. We have a break on the afternoon. In the afternoon, good. The store closes in midnight. At midnight, good. I usually go to the gym at Sundays. On Sundays, good. Our meeting is in 5 p.m. At 5 p.m. Good. We always travel on summer. What do we have? In summer. Good. The deadline is in March the 10th. In the 10th of March. on the 10th of March. And the last, I will call you at the evening. The last is in the evening. All right. So let's repeat the rules one more time. When we are talking about years, months, decades, centuries, seasons, we use in. When we are talking about days and dates, we are using on. And when we are talking about time, holidays, and night, midnight, noon, we use with you on. And also pay attention, if we have with you Sundays, Friday morning, the most important word here is this day. Тобто, якщо у нас буде вечір п'ятниці, ранок понеділка, ключовим словом завжди залишається ось цей день. Понеділок, вівторок, середа. And that's why we need to use on. Завжди в цих комбінаціях, не дивлячись на те, що там було afternoon, ми вживаємо з ним in, а ми вживаємо тут on. On Sundays, on Friday afternoon. So, I hope you understood this topic. And now, I have prepared a really interesting exercise. Why is it interesting for me? As there you don't have any options. And your task is to write only one word in each space. В чому заключається завдання? Зазвичай такі завдання у нас є в тесті, але у нас вже є опції, з яких ми обираємо. І дуже часто студенти, коли бачать ці опції, вони починають себе плутати, накручувати, придумувати варіанти. А зараз же ми працюємо з вами без опцій, і ви маєте зрозуміти, яке слово пасує в цей пробіл найкраще, щоб у вас було своє розуміння, що ви маєте туди поставити. Там буде лише одне слово. Це може бути preposition, це може бути some kind of like collocation, some conjunction, може бути слово and, може бути слово for, будь-що. Але ви зараз маєте продумати, що може бути тут стояти в цьому реченні, щоб зробити його логічним. І це дуже гарна техніка, якщо ви, наприклад, робите use of English і трошки не можете зрозуміти контекст. Ви маєте виключити ці опції загалом і подумати, перекласти речення і подумати, що б ви туди поставили без ось того, що ви бачите на екрані. Подумайте, напевно, ось тут взагалі не крутиться слово, наприклад, and, або там не крутиться слово but. Ось, і я виставляю свою опцію. І тоді я вже звіряюсь, є така опція, чи її немає. Тож зараз давайте з вами спробуємо цю вправу і зрозуміємо, чи так воно, чи не так. The first one is about, and you are true. But what about getting the business skills necessary to make your career successful? That is true. Number 2, perhaps you even have the ambition to set a business yourself. Set out. Any other ideas? Yeah, it is set up. Kind of like почати, set up. Okay. Set out, it is when we leave, for example, some place. I set out for a business trip, for example. Number 3. They have gained vital business skills, knowledge, either through a series of workshops or through starting and running their own real company. I can see one answer. And absolutely right. Number 4, we believe that it is crucial learning to be exciting and hands-on. Crucial for learning to be exciting and hands-on, which is our programs are run on the principle of learning by doing. Which is this our programs? Okay, which is why our programs, тому наші програми are run on the principle of learning by doing. Okay, good. Number 6. If it has already done so, your school will need to become a center. When it has been already. Okay, here we need to say no. So first your step is to consult your school. If it hasn't already done so, якщо ми не проконсультували школу, your school will need to become a center. Тоді школа має стати центром для цього young enterprise. It can register contacting the nearest young enterprise office. Okay, by contacting the nearest young enterprise office once it has done this, you can get started. Okay, so what conclusion can we make? First of all, you don't need the options to understand what correct answer is. You need the options to check yourself whether you thought the answer was correct. Also, you need to work more on the phrasal verbs, because as you can see here, you had some problems with setup. So try paying more attention to the phrasal verbs and remember and learn them, because sometimes these phrasal verbs can be difficult to remember. So my advice for you is to learn them by heart, at least some, like the most difficult ones. And that will be all for today. We are meeting tomorrow, and the topic of the next webinar will be emotions and feelings. We are going to talk more about feelings that people have, how we talk about them, and why we need to use them at the test. And also you asked me about mixed conditionals, so we are going to talk about them too. So please don't forget that tomorrow we will have one more webinar. So see you tomorrow and have a good evening. Bye bye.